We have breaking news out of Minnesota. Minnesota Wild captain Jared Spurgeon is done for the entire season, the team announced today. Their general manager, Bill Guerin, spoke to the media, and he said that nothing in particular is specifically wrong with Jared Spurgeon. It's just the wear and tear on his body has caused him to get hip and back surgeries. He's only played 16 games this season so far, so you can obviously see that injuries have been a factor. And just the overall of playing NHL hockey for as long as he has, he's 34 years old, has just taken too much of a toll on his body, and now he has to commit to getting these surgeries. So hopefully, fingers crossed, Jared Spurgeon can make a full recovery and come back for next season. But at his age, you wonder about the long-term health of the Minnesota Wild captain. He has 3 years left on his contract, $7.575 million. I got that correct. And yeah, like I said, 16 games this year, only put up 5 points. So you're hoping for a full bounce back after these surgeries and after a long road for recovery for Jared Spurgeon. So that's the breaking news. Jared Spurgeon, done for the year. Hopefully he can recover, play out the next 3 years of his contract, and I assume after that it's retirement for Mr. Spurgeon, but who knows? Maybe we have like a successful recovery from these injuries, long road ahead, but not promising considering where we're already at with his health and his career. So what does this mean for the Minnesota Wild? They're currently 7th in the Central Division. They have not been having the best season. They've gone 18, 20, and 5. And they're in a position where they thought they'd have playoff aspirations. You know, they're in a position where they thought they were going to be winning this year and chasing a Stanley Cup, but they're clearly not there right now. And now they have this 7 point blah, blah, blah million dollars in LTIR space to go after something. So the Minnesota Wild here are in a weird, Bill Guerin in particular is in a weird position where he wants to win. So do you make an early move for some sort of defenseman? You know, you get some pieces to hold you down for now. And then do you start selling these pieces if you're at the trade deadline, you still haven't bounced back, you still haven't come out of second last place in your division? Then do you start selling from the roster? Or do you take this as a sign and you say, hey, we'll play it out right now. We've been used to playing without Jared Spurgeon all season long. If nothing turns around, we don't really buy anything now to supplant that, even though we got the $7 million in cap space. Now we sell. We sell and we can take on other people's money if they have dead cap that they want to get rid of for the rest of the year. There's a position where the Minnesota Wild now can be this third team because in these deals, or just take on money for draft picks because they have this extra cap space. So I think it's a wait and see for the Wild now to see what position they are in the next couple of weeks. They want to be winning. They're in a position where they don't want to be this low in the standings. They want this thing to turn around and quick. And if they want to buy and help this roster, they now have the room to do so. I'm very interested to see what decision Bill Guerin makes in the coming weeks. The team will obviously make the decision for him and how they perform over the next little bit. But I don't know. I'm curious. I think there's a lot of moving parts now. And now that they know the future with Jared Spurgeon, it's not like we need to hold this spot just in case he comes back. We need to hold that cap space. Now that they know it is there and available to be spent, there's some decisions to be made for Bill Guerin and the Minnesota Wild. Also, if you are a fan of Brock Faber, I wanted to get this in there. If you are a fan of Brock Faber, get ready to see a lot more of Brock Faber as he's going to keep sucking up all of the minutes on the back end for the Minnesota Wild. Go Brock Faber. That's one of the best young talents in the NHL, somebody who I'm excited to see grow and mature in this game. And having Spurgeon out, it's obviously a bad thing for the team, but a young player like Faber now knows for the rest of the season, I got to be the big time suck on the back end, and he's going to get a lot of opportunity to grow into just one of the best defensemen in the National Hockey League that he can probably grow into, and that's what his potential is looking like. You know, one day Faber's amongst the elite defensemen in the league. So look out for that. Look out for many moves in the next coming weeks out of the Minnesota Wild. That's it. Thank you for being here for this breaking news.